Alrighty then, here we are with round one. We would obviously like to play first, if that is an option. But it is for our opponent to decide and us to simply sit here until he tells us. So, we somehow managed to land a hand without any mountains. We are on the draw. I think... This is a tough one, because we have 10 mountains in our deck, which gives us, a 1/3 chance each time, which means the chance of us missing twice in a row is something like 4 out of 9. 3 times in a row is 8 out of 27, so I guess I'll keep, given those odds. Because, if we can get a mountain, if we draw a mountain first, it will be sweet. So we're not going to mulligan this, but I could easily see mulliganing it. Like, we have the Ring Flesh to buy us time, and if we draw any land, we can play a Warpath Ghoul. Or any 2 lands, let's go Warpath Ghoul into Vampire Outcasts. So, that's why I'm planning on keeping, but of course we're just going to not draw a mountain right there. We're going to probably stop F6ing after this, because we got to keep Ring Flesh up during his turn. The Solemn Simulacrum makes it so any 2 lands gets as a mountain. And our opponent is probably going to play some... We are in the mirror match. So I like our... Ooh, that's not good. Hopefully we picked up some Manic Vandals, but I don't think we did. That was poor of us. No, okay. Well, this is starting to look bad. Like I said, the odds of us missing 3 times were 8 over 27, which ends up being... a little more than a quarter. It's probably about 30% or something. I don't know the exact numbers on that. So let's see what happens. Well, that's not a card I want to see for my opponent. It looks like, yeah, okay, he has got it. This is the skeleton voted least likely to die. And land. Any land? No. Okay. The chances of us missing on land were extremely low. But I'm just going to go ahead and discard this Goblin Chieftain, because I feel like it, and it is going to be the lowest impact card that we could possibly play. So, we're in trouble. Yeah, our opponent could probably go home Minotaurs us right now. Or nothing. Nothing at all. Land? There we go. I'm just going to run out the Outcast. We unfortunately don't have the luxury of playing around a lot of things. Hopefully we can start getting our opponent to use removal. So next turn, if we hit a land, we will Solemn, of course. Yeah, if our opponent's using a removal spell on this is awesome. Incinerate? I obviously don't know which Incinerate that is. But, yeah. So we've got a 4-drop nicely lined up. Gorin Minotaurs is still obnoxious. But we will soldier through. Hopefully our opponent's just like mono removal in lanes, because Solemn Simulacrum is pretty good against removal spells. Yep, we will take our 1, and he will drop a Bloodthirst guy. Sangre Vampire. Bloodthirst guy. Sure. Him equipping it actually isn't even that big a deal. Just didn't feel like equipping him. That actually brings up an interesting situation. I think we're just going to Chandra's Outrage it, simply because the Reassembling Skeleton isn't a very good clock. And so, it was really weird that our opponent didn't switch that. We're obviously waiting till now, because he can't do anything against our Chandra's Outrage. Yeah, now we're going to Outrage it, now that he spent mana on his turn to do it. So thanks to some loose play, we're still very much in this game. Unfortunately, the Swiftfoot stays stays equipped. Yes, my opponent, you are correct. But instead, this happened. It's okay, if he just plays a second one, then we're in trouble, unless we draw a land. To fireball it. No, nothing. Perfect. Ooh, that was actually optimal. So we're just going to go solemn. Getting a swamp. Yes, I would. Getting a swamp, so that way next turn we can outcast and leave up ring flesh. Yeah. I feel like that makes the most sense. Alright, our opponent has reached 6 mana, where it's time for him to drop his Flame Blast Dragon. Manic Vandal. Deal. That that was pretty sweet. Oh man. If we just known he had Manic Vandal, I wouldn't have played it. I'm going to choose to draw a card. You have to wait for my triggered ability to resolve. Yes. Ooh, that was a good one. So I feel like next turn just dropping a Vampire Outcast. I mean, we'll take 2 here, which is a little annoying, but not the end of the world, especially since we're going to drop Vampire Outcasts. Here we go, lands. So, oops. Ping him. That would have been awkward. Especially since we definitely wouldn't have retained priority. Yep. Now we've got Ring Flesh up. If he attacks, I'm not going to block. Because he could have Shock or something to finish off the Vampire Outcasts. And I'd rather just start getting in there with the Outcasts than allow him to kill it. And he's going to block with 3 Summoning Skeleton for a while. But maybe it is okay to block there. Because he has to use 2 cards. But we don't really have that many other, like all of our other, somehow all of the other creatures die to his Shock, except for, our really good ones. So I'm not as concerned about him having Shock. Okay, I would just sit here until you made a play. I'm not really concerned. This is good to have double Shock. Should be sweet. He does not. Something for 3 mana. At this point I'm going to block. I'm thinking. Okay. That was sweet. I wonder if that was worth it. Okay. So do we have enough to do 2 to 3 targets? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Original, extra. No, not quite. We obviously have enough to do 2 to 2 targets. Where's killing Resummoning Skeleton for do, really? Yeah, we'll just wait one more turn. Then we'll be able to wipe his board. I'm not really interested in trading this Outcast for 2 Manic Vandals. So next turn we'll be able to wipe his board and get in for 4. Which seems pretty good. Maybe we'll play another X2, which would be even better. I figure extracting the maximum value out of these Fireball is a good idea, because he's not pressuring us at all. And so we can, kill any bombs that he might have. For instance, a Grave Titan would be pretty bad for us. Grave Titan would be very bad for us, in fact. So, yeah. There's no way he attacks. He is attacking. What could he have that makes him want to attack? He's attacking with everyone. So what if he has Fireball? He's attacking with everyone. We can take 5, go to 8, 4, 5, 6. He could have double. This is quite interesting. He could have Slaughter Cry. So if he has Shock, his kills are outcast. Actually, I'm just going to block Reassembling Skeleton. This way he has to use a real removal spell to deal with it. If he has Slaughter Cry, we can just Ring Flesh it. If he has Fireball, it was going to get our outcast anyway. This plays around Shock. Okay, nothing, and we forgot to ping him. So, let's just do 2 to 2 targets. Oh wait, why? We can just negate his attack. We don't even have to Fireball here, we just attack him with Vampire Outcast. Yeah, his attack didn't do anything. I don't know what he was trying to do, but... Okay, our opponent is high, which is apparently explaining his attacks. I don't really care. To be honest, you can make all the excuses you want. I'm simply going to try and kill you. Maybe I'll lose. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe my opponent is trying to get me to misplay by telling me this, when in fact he isn't completely sober and not under the influence of any sort of not a narcotic. What's marijuana? It's not really a hallucinogen. I forget. In either case, we are just going to use this Fire Slinger to kill him. Is, I believe, the plan. And we'll just keep this this Fireball is just going to end up, aiding him at some point. Could also do 2 to 3 targets. What is this? Gravedigger getting back Vampire Outcast. Okay. So now we have the ability to do 3 to those targets, or 2 to 3 targets. That's fine. Ping him now so we don't forget. So now I can go land vampires or not. So, what do we do here? So, do we attack? So if we don't attack, we just wipe his board and then make it so he only has a 2/2. Nah. I'm not actually concerned about his vampire. I'm just gonna get in there. If he has a shock to kill our vampire, that's unfortunate. He's snap blocking. So I'm gonna ring flesh it so that way shock doesn't do it. Maybe I'm paranoid, but that is what I'm gonna do. And obviously, now nothing does it. So let's play this Arsonist. And yeah. So next turn, I think we're just going to take out. My Manic Vandal can block, or Arsonist can block here. Fire Slinger can block there, and we can ring flesh it. And we'll take 1. He'll play his guy, and then we can fireball it. I don't even care. I was doing this attack. So, alright, I like doing this. So we're going to block here. And then we're going to... Ring Flash his Manic Vandal. Kill it with our Arsonist trigger. This way, he does not get Bloodthirst. He might just play out the Vampire as a 2-2, and then we can just Fireball that and Manic Vandal. He could Mind Rot us, which would suck. And yeah, so things are looking pretty good. Just ping him now, because I don't feel like having an untapped Goblin Fire Slinger. And yeah, we'll kill this Manic Vandal. We'll do 1 damage to that. I would. And now he has a 2-2 on the board. Still think he has Shock. So what I really hope is he just plays out his Vampire. I mean, what I really hope is he goes like Vampire Warpath Ghoul. And we just wipe his board and hit him for 4. But he does not. So what do we do? Well, Mimics Variants are easy. We'll shock that and then get in for 4. This makes it so, presumably he has a shock in his hand, is what I've been assuming, because the way that he blocked makes the most sense with that. Sorin's Thirst plus Shock. Plus Incinerate. Okay, that's fine. Like, so we know he's got the Vampire in his hand and 1 unknown. So, play tightly and remember to ping him. Hopefully it just goes like Blood Ogre Vampire Pass. Okay. I mean, I'm glad that he showed us that. Right. So, we could play, I mean, this doesn't play around, yeah, we'll just play it. Like, we're not playing around Mind Rot at all. Pretty good. I mean, he bought himself a ton of time. If he has Fireball, we're dead. Outcasts. Yeah, we'll just play Child Tonight instead and trade with this Outcast. Goes just to extract as much value out of this Fireball as possible. It's possible if he just plays another X2 instead of attacking, that'd be sweet. Volcanic Dragon. Okay. It's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can do 4 to 2 targets, so I'm not very worried. And it's attacking with both. So we're just going to block here. Ping him. Now what? Draw card. Chandra's Outrage. Yep, that seems a lot better. I don't know if it's right to have held Fireball for as long as I have, but that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm going to keep doing. He doesn't have any card that could stop me from Chandra's Outraging this guy. Goblin Arson is just obnoxious. It's not going to kill me. And my opponent's finally back down to 20. Soren's Vengeance is pretty good. Yeah, so I'm just gonna block with my Fire Slinger, and if he has Incinerate to kill me, he has Incinerate to kill me. Could I have played around him having Incinerate? Yes, if I had blocked the thingy. What's the thingy? Block. And he probably has some sort of burn spell to kill me. And it's going to be awkward. Oh, he had the Soren's Thirst all those times, and he just drew the Incinerate, is what happened. Volcano Dragon? No. Well, I don't think we're going to... I mean, we can't Fireball him for 18, unfortunately. Flame-Boss Dragon? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, yeah. Fireball you for 11, bro. Let's see what he has to say about our second Fireball. Does it kill me? That would suck. Or is he super slow? Maybe he has Incinerate in hand. What's he got? Blood Ogre. That does not do it. And Fireball you. Okay, from on target. Sucks that we have to show him 2 Fireballs, but I mean that kills him. Puts him on a 2-turn clock. So Fireball 22 that game. So what do we want to do here? I don't know. We know he's got some amount of removal. We know he has Incinerate, Soren's Thirst. That was it. We know he's got the big thing. Probably want another Arsonist. I'm not sure over what. Warpath Ghoul just trades with his guys. Yeah, I don't think we need anything else. I'm very glad we saved that Fireball. I guess I don't want any of these, so yeah, let's do this again. Hopefully our very high opponent will continue making misplays, and we will keep this on the draw, for sure. Like this is actually good as opposed to the other hand, which was somewhat iffy. Oh, there we go. Fireball. That was not the ideal draw, so that's going to deal us some damage. Probably 4 or something. Creatures are really the best burn spells. Nothing. We'll go with the Fire Slinger. I'm very interested in trading. Or am I? We'll find out. Ooh, that's aggressive. That was pretty sweet. I liked that. Yeah, this is Mono Fireball, the hand. I will block. Like it's gonna get my Crimson Mage eventually. If you'd rather use a removal spell on it, that'd be sweet. Ooh, that was sweet. If you don't draw a swamp, I'm just fireballing it. Why should I fireball it? Because it's gonna get my Child of Night. Let's do it. So fireball that. We go down to, like, it's his only aggression. And we got him to waste, he wasted 2 quality removal spells on our random guys, so I guess it's time to return to favor. And I was right, did 4 damage to me. Finally hit a land. Ooh, what a sack. Manic Vandal, that's fine. Land? Yes. let's drop this Warpath Ghoul. We'll trade. I think our late game's a lot better than his. By far. And we'll see what happens. Trade. I'll block. Block, block, block. Ooh, 4 mana. Doesn't have any black. Snap block. I just want to get this Solemn out there. And then next turn we can go, Child of Night, Warpath Ghoul. Yes. Has anyone in the history of the world ever said, no, I would not like to use Solemn Simulacrum? I could see them not using the draw ability. That's something I could see happening. Manic Vandal, for the awesome value play of kill your Solemn Simulacrum. Nope, he just doesn't have black mana, is what I've determined. Yes, Blood Rage Vampire, Child of Night is a way better use of our mana. And by that it means one card ends up being strictly better than the other card, when obviously they are not. Now he's not even close to Sorin's Thirst. This game is looking pretty good for us, although so was the other game. And it started looking bad for us when he Sorin's Vengeance us, but he had 3 swamps in a row away from Sorin's Vengeancing us. And hopefully this Child of Night brings us up out of range. And I would assume that between Chandra's Outrage and Fireball we can finish off this game fast enough that his Sorin's Vengeance is not an issue. He's going to probably incinerate Blood Rage Vampire, would be my guess. Or he's going to go deep into the tank. Chandra's Outrage, the Blood Rage Vampire. Well, that was unfortunate, because now we're at substantially lower life than we were before, given that we only start out at 10. That was good. I think I'm going to go with the Devouring Swarm. Ooh, that was good. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the Swarm. I'd rather get that one down and start swinging in the air, because if he plays some ground guys, I could really gum up our attack. This also lets me sacrifice Solemn Simulacrum for Valiant. What 5-drop do you have? Crumbling Colossus. That is going to be outraged very soon. Yeah. Land. Land would be sweet. Yeah. So I'll just outrage that. And then get in there. And I think he's dead next turn. He's at 6, so we can Fireball for 5. He's dead if we draw land. He's dead to our guys. He's dead to his bad draw. I imagine it was an acceptable hand, given that he had double Incinerate. But, it's the way things go. Yeah, I'll sacrifice it to this. Just so, in case he has, some 1 damage thing. Ooh, Ring Flesh. Not very helpful. It's just a card. Yep, we'll get in there and then Fireball him to death. Okay, Fireball you. Fireball you for 4. Alright, that was that. See you for round 2.